Deuteronomy Chapter 8. All the commandments that I'm giving you today must be carefully followed, so that you can live, increase in number, and enter the land that the Lord promised to your ancestors. Remember the entire journey that the Lord your God led you on these past 40 years in the wilderness, to humble you and test you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep His commandments or not. He humbled you, causing you to hunger, and then fed you with manna, something unknown to you and your ancestors. This was to teach you that people do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of the Lord. Your clothing did not wear out, nor did your feet swell, throughout these 40 years. Understand that just as a man disciplines his son, the Lord your God disciplines you. Therefore, you must observe the commandments of the Lord your God, walk in His ways, and revere Him. For the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land, a land with streams and springs and deep water sources gushing forth in the valleys and hills. A land of wheat, barley, vines, fig trees, and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey. A land where you will eat food in plenty and lack nothing, a land whose stones contain iron, and from its hills you can mine copper. When you have eaten and are satisfied, remember to bless the Lord your God for the good land He has given you. Be careful not to forget the Lord your God by neglecting to keep His commandments, judgments, and statutes that I'm commanding you today. When you have eaten your fill, built fine houses, and settled in, and when your herds and flocks multiply, along with your silver and gold, all that you have is multiplied. Be careful that your heart doesn't become proud, and you forget the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the place of slavery, who guided you through the vast and terrifying wilderness with its poisonous snakes and scorpions, an arid place with no water. He brought water out of the flint rock for you. He fed you in the wilderness with manna that your ancestors had not known, in order to humble and test you, so that in the end He might cause you to prosper. You may say in your heart, "My power and my own ability have gained this wealth for me." But remember that the Lord your God gives you the power to gain wealth, in order to confirm His covenant He swore to your ancestors, as it is today. If you ever forget the Lord your God and go after other gods to serve them and bow down to them, I testify against you today that you will perish. Just like the nations that the Lord is destroying before you, so you will perish because you would not obey the voice of the Lord your God.